sure you're ready? No. Okay, good. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Specrapular. We are a podcast that talks about movies and shit.
Wait, can you pause? Are we not loud enough in my headphones?
Mostly shit. No, you talk.
Test, 1, 2, test, 1, 2.
No, you're good. You're the same level as mine.
No, I not volume-wise, not recording-wise, like just that we can, in our ears, to hear. Can you raise that?
No, I can't. But make sure your cord's plugged in all the way.
It's not like crazy low. It just doesn't seem...
Sometimes if you got you be a little finicky with that cable, and I don't know. But looking at all the levels and stuff, you look good.
Test.
Well, you don't typically talk that close to the microphone, but yeah.
All right, whatever, it's fine.
Okay.
Fuck it. Just fucking do it.
So we talk about movies and shit.
You're keeping that all in?
Mostly shit.
Terrible.
And I am one of your hosts, Brandon. And of course, I'm joined by my best friend, Mike.
Yep.
And today,
Hear me at
we
all.
are continuing the ABCs of Spectacular.
I should have went, eh? Someone at work called me out on that, like kind of silly, like.
You being a fool?
Me like saying like something like my handsomeness is distracting at their work or something like that.
Who said that? And was it yourself in the mirror?
Yeah. But he said I always answer like, he was like, hey Mike, can you grab this meter or whatever? I go, eh? Like before I answer.
You're some decrepit old man.
Like I guess I like need a second to process. Because as soon as I say it, I know what they said, and they just have them repeat it.
Just like people say, what? And like you kind of heard what they said, but you're just saying that. Yeah, I get it.
But apparently I do it
All the
fairly
time.
often. And then now every time I did it to him, like right after that, I noticed it. So I try not to do it anymore. But here we are.
Well, as long as you try, but I don't give a fuck.
Well, you know, I try, and I try, and I try, and I try.
So the first movie we're doing, we're on the G's and H's, and if you recall from the previous episode, we are doing Green Room, not the Green Room,
Gwing Woom.
but Gwing Woom, and we're also doing Happy Gilmore. Mm-hmm. So Mike, why don't you tell us a synopsis and actors in each one of those movies? But of course, we'll start with Green Room.
Green Room. Oh my God, look at these guys in these pictures. They're very angry and Aryan.
Very.
From 2015, a punk rock band is forced to fight for survival after witnessing a murder at a neo-Nazi skinhead
They actually didn't
bar.
witness it. You know what I mean? It was already done, and she was dead.
So after witnessing the aftermath of a murder at a neo-Nazi skinhead bar.
Thank you.
Are you happy now?
Yeah. If you could send that submission to Google, I think
You feel better about yourself?
I do.
Okay. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, director of Blue Ruin and Murder Party and Hold the Dark, I believe.
Murder Party. You saw Murder Party with the guy on the cardboard cutout? You saw that? I own that.
Do you really?
Yeah, I didn't think many people saw that. I enjoyed that movie.
That's his first movie. So.
Okay. It was, I mean, yeah, you can, yeah.
But starring Anton Yelchin, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Rest in Paradise.
as Pat.
Rest in Paradise, King.
Yeah.
Too soon. Fuck you, Jeep. Fucking
Get some
recall.
fucking breaks at work, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, make those recalls a little more like knowledgeable.
Yeah. Make those breaks work a little more. Then you can charge $70,000 for those pieces of shit.
Yeah, what is up with that?
I don't know what the fuck is up with
Why
that.
are Jeeps so expensive?
I mean, everything is expensive. I understand that, but that's just, it's ridiculous.
I can understand a BMW, Mercedes, $70,000, but a Jeep?
Even
like,
those, like...
Well, the Jeep truck ones?
I bought one fancy car in my life, and then I realized it was stupid.
Yeah.
So I had one BMW.
I had a BMW too, but I didn't buy it. But it was also an older model.
Also 40 years old.
I fucking missed that. Now it's 40.
But in any case, like mine was $40,000. And then now you can't touch that car for like less than 50 something. And I'm definitely not paying fucking 50 something for a fucking Jeep. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, even the new like Kia, what do they call it? R6? Or I don't remember what they are. EV. The Kia EV6. Beautiful car, truly. But that's like $65,000-$70,000. It's an EV. I'm like, what the fuck? Even like the Hyundai Iconic or Equinox, whatever the fuck it is, $75,000. And the thing about it is,
You don't need it. Nobody needs to spend $7,000 on a
correct,
car.
that too. But I do like how some of these electric cars are looking,
Unbelievable.
but they're not necessary yet. Like there is not the infrastructure for that in our state to have it by 2032, like they want. They definitely have the time to make the infrastructure for that. But there's like, for now, absolutely not. Give me my gas car.
But like, if you don't have a 220 volt outlet in your house, like, what are you doing?
You got to take it to those fucking places.
Yeah, but I'm not going to drive to the mall for fucking 45 minutes every 3 days.
There's none around here?
No, even if there is, I don't care if there is. I'm still not going to go.
Yeah.
Unless the charging gets to less than sub 5 minutes, I guess. Like,
Well, that's the thing about it too, is I thought that when you go to those stations, the point of all this was like it's cheaper and it's obviously better for the environment, but you're spending the exact same amount of money or close to it than what it would cost to fill your tank of gas. So it's kind of like, oh, what the fuck?
Are you really?
If you want to do the turbo speed or whatever, yes. But if you do like, okay, I'm gonna wait here for 4 hours, then it's less. Who wants to wait outside of a grocery store for 4 hours? You know,
yeah.
it's like I don't want to sit outside Costco for 4 hours. I can only do so much, and I can only so many tastes before they kick me out. Like, buddy, you've had like 6 meals here. Like, get the fuck out of here. These are free, aren't they? And I'm just gonna go plug in an auxiliary cord. I don't have a phone with auxiliary cord, but like use their stereos inside there too. Anyway, so you read the synopsis for Green Room, and so who's in it? I'm sorry, Anton Yelchin.
Anton again. I don't know exactly how to say. Imogen Poots.
Yeah, she was in a movie we did, wasn't she?
She's in Popstar as well.
We don't think we did Popstar.
Anyway, she's Amber. Alia Shawkat as Sam. Another one of the
Love
band members.
Arrested Development.
Is she? That's what she's in.
She was maybe.
She's very familiar looking, but I don't know exactly what she's
Maybe Funke. She's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
She's. I mean, that's what I would say she's most known for is Arrested Development. That doesn't sound right at all. She's good. Yeah, she's. You know what? I don't remember not.
Actually, it's the first thing on her IMDb, so yeah, maybe it is.
Yeah, I don't remember not seeing her get killed because you technically don't see it. It's like out of frame, but I was like, well, that's a waste. Okay, we'll talk about the movie. Go ahead.
Patrick Stewart as Darcy,
Sir Patrick Stewart, I
the
believe.
leaders of the Nazis.
Isn't he Sir Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah, he's knighted.
Joe
British, I know.
Cole, Joe Cool Cole, that's what I call him, as Reese. Caleb Turner as Tiger.
Tiger.
David W. Thompson as Tad. That's pretty much it. Oh, and then Macon Blair, who's always in all the Jeremy Saulnier movies. He's Gabe. And the big guy, Eric Edelstein, is Big Justin.
Is Gabe the red jacket guy? The guitarist from Scott Pilgrim?
I don't remember.
He's got a shotgun in the face.
I also don't remember. Oh, no. That's the girl's boyfriend. That's,
I thought that was Gabe.
Mark Weber. Daniel. He's Daniel.
Well, do Happy Gilmore too. Might as well we're here. Or do you want to just wait till we do?
We'll wait till...
Okay. So
I'm supposed to remember Adam Sandler, but in 45 minutes when we get to that movie.
Okay, that's fine.
Stupid.
So Green Room is considered a horror. Do you think this is a horror movie?
Like a horror thriller?
I'd say it's...
Well, because they're stuck in a place with various challenges outside.
I wouldn't agree the horror though, but thriller for sure. And I don't think there's a term for violent, but or graphic. But I wouldn't say it's a horror, but thriller for sure. Is that a popsicle man?
Yeah.
Nice.
Should we pause?
2 ball screwballs?
Yeah. Choco tacos.
Or what about did you ever get the fudgesicles?
Of course.
And then the last one I would get was those like
shortcakes.
The orange. Well, those two. The orange like pop.
Orange and cream.
No. It was like a
cream. What's it called?
The creamsicle is the one, but no, not that one. It was kind of like orange, and there's a little bit of red in it, and it was
I forgot
big sticks. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I fucking love me a big stick.
Yeah.
I used to when I
I can go for a big stick right now.
You know what I'm saying? Let me whip this out, buddy. It's really dark actually down here. So, I went in middle
more
school.
of an adequate stick.
It's
below.
never had a complaint stick.
Yeah.
To my face, that is.
It's hey, what do you want from me, stick?
It's your fault I finished so quick stick. If anything, it's a compliment towards you. Or it's a
hey, I swear this never happened, stick.
Or it's a hey, you didn't finish, or you finished too, right? Stick. Every day after middle school, right, there would be an ice cream man sitting right a little bit outside the middle school, like just far enough away that they weren't on property, so they get in trouble. And I mean, that thing was just banging all the time. Fudgesicles galore, the big sticks galore. I wouldn't get the chocolate tacos as much because they're more expensive. Those are like $2.50. I'm like, man, I just got $1 for a fudgesicle or whatever. But that's when I fell in love with 2 ball screwballs. Oh my fucking god, those are so good. And it's like cherry
I would have liked
flavor.
to see like another like ice cream truck pull up. It's like, the fuck you doing here, bro? It's my fucking territory.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes.
One guy's playing the normal, like the whatever song that was, and the other guy's playing rock.
Like cucaracha?
Yeah. Depending on which neighborhood you're in, yes. So anyway, this movie to me wasn't a horror, but it had those elements. Yeah, so I get it. And this was a $5 million budget. Only made 3.
Yeah.
But the thing about this movie is they did all that blood practically, which I greatly appreciate. For having a budget that they did.
Yeah, okay.
It was all like real blood, except for the face shot, but that wasn't real. But like everything else.
Yeah, we have to say this movie's very, very violent.
Yeah. If you have not seen it yet,
Hopefully you love blood.
Yeah, there's not like no, there's a good amount of it. Yeah, there is, but like,
Well, it's just the deaths are gruesome.
you
Dog maulings.
Yeah, but they don't.
Shotguns to the face.
You don't see the dog maulings.
Disembowelments.
That one was kind of a bummer, and because the way she cut it too, I was like, that had to have been a very very sharp box cutter.
Yeah.
Like that cut straight.
I don't know,
in.
but once you get started, the times that I've sliced a body,
filleted
open,
somebody,
yeah,
yeah.
back in med school. Mm-hmm. What did you think I was talking
How'd
about?
that go? Actually,
Well, I'm Mr. Michael, so not well, obviously.
you're not a doctor though. You didn't cut it through.
Some ladies call me the love doctor.
So, and by some you mean the online trolls that mock you.
My subscriptions to OnlyFans, that's what they call me.
Mm-hmm.
They call me daddy too, which is kind of weird. But
you're a zaddy.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, you're a zaddy. You just nice. You're like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
So you two are a couple.
You guys dig a dinosaurs?
That's what did he say? Is that what he said in the helicopter? Oh, I thought he said.
He asked her, or he asked him in the car.
Grant.
It's like, you guys aren't like together. He goes, oh, I'm sorry.
And then he did the water scene with it, hitting on that shit hard.
Yeah.
And
it was working. It would have worked on me.
Yeah, that would, for sure. Watching that in the 90s, I was ready to go.
Yeah.
Like, you take me away, Jeff. And then when he's laying on that little board with his shirt open and stuff like that.
What was Spielberg thinking? Like,
to not make him a sex icon in the 90s? Because
it's like just so obviously sexy. It's just
for
funny.
sure. For sure. Even when he was like, let's go faster. Like, even that, his shirt was open and he was looking fucking fly.
Oh, so are we doing Jurassic Park?
Oh, I guess we can.
The next couple?
For Jay. But it can be Jurassic Park 3. It's the favorite one. I'm just kidding.
Because you love pterodactyls?
It has to be yeah. Oh, that scene is that scene is so stupid.
It's the worst.
I didn't think the third one was bad, but that scene was so fucking stupid. Because that new dinosaur in that one, the way it killed T-Rexes, I was so bummed.
Oh, like
yeah, it just broke his neck. Like, I think he used his neck.
Stupid.
But like
that scene looked like King Kong should have been in the background going. Like, are you in the wrong movie, King? I mean, Slay, but.
I was drinking a little bit. I was drinking, Mike. So I couldn't. Yeah, you have Donkey Kong in the background actually, because it's such a joke.
Mighty Joe Young in the back. Charlize is riding him.
What's the white one? It was with the Rock.
Congo.
No. Oh, Congo too. The Rock had what was that movie he did? Rampage, based on the video game, and the fucking white gorilla.
Is Rampage the one where it's like you and Donkey Kong hitting the buildings to try to knock them down?
Yeah.
It's like super duper old.
It's like there's a werewolf.
Yeah.
There's a giant gorilla and stuff, and there's a Godzilla.
Game.
That game sucked.
Jeez.
That game sucked hard. Like, I don't think I ever got through a single stage, or maybe two max. Because I
think we talked about this, maybe even on the show already. But what would you put on your 4-game arcade game if you could?
It has to be an arcade game, not an at-home game.
Correct. Has to be an arcade game. But you know those ones you can load games onto there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original X-Men.
Yes. With like, because
it was
Wolverine
Cyclops.
Had
it was Cyclops. It was Storm. It was Jean Grey and Wolverine, and probably Simpsons.
Yes.
Point Blank, and I fucking love
Street Fighter.
I'm not done yet. That was only 3. Sorry. Thank you. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Over Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Because that is Street Fighter, and you can have 3.
I just enjoy Street Fighter 2 better though.
That's fine. I mean, that's the one that revolutionized.
Wait, what about the old timey Mortal Kombat?
Nah, doesn't tickle me that way. I like Mortal Kombat. I do. Even the newer ones.
Okay, what if you had a 4-game fighting game?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Maybe Night Stalkers.
Tekken?
Or Dark Stalkers, not Night Stalkers. Oh, Tekken 2. Because that's when they had Law.
Tekken 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And...
Tech Harder?
Yeah. I don't know. See, that's the thing. When I went to arcades...
Still no Street Fighter then?
Because I have Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like, and I have Ken, I have Ryu, I have Guile. I have all those guys in there. And that game's better than Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah. I keep thinking I'm thinking just Marvel characters. Like literally just forgetting all the Capcom characters.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Even though my 3 I'd always choose, right? I might get some shit for this if there's people listening that are heavily into that, you fucking nerds. It was Spider-Man. It was Stryker. And I think I might have used... It was interchangeable. It was Morgan. Or I would use, I think, Ryu. Because Spider-Man had the speed and... Oh, I think I would also... It was either Morgan, Ryu, or Wolverine.
You literally just reminded me there's like this little nerdy kid. I say nerdy kid, but we were all nerdy when we were 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's like this little kid. I remember he having kind of a bowlish cut, dark hair with freckles, which is also weird because he's dark haired, not redhead, but he had freckles. But I remember him saying, "It's pronounced Rue."
Well, like I think growing up, I said Ryu.
Yeah, that's what I always said.
Yeah, and then I've heard
Ryu. Oh, okay.
I've never heard Rue. Rue makes it sound like he's like some kind of wizard.
That's what the kid said. I don't know.
Okay, well that kid's dead now.
Well, he's 7 years old.
Yeah. What is a 7-year-old?
In
know?
La Mirada, so I'm assuming he's a Japanese pronunciation.
He's a weebo.
Yeah.
Or a weem. I'm sorry, not weebo. He's a weem. So
He lives by the blade.
do you have? He's that meme. He's that meme of the guy with the blade. What are your fighting games then?
I didn't play that many video games.
So then why are you? Okay.
I was just, well, because you're the
That's
video
true.
game expert.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not in the slightest, but like,
Well, more than I am.
yeah, more than you for sure.
It's not that hard.
For sure.
But if I had like the games, it would be Street Fighter. But I guess Marvel vs. Capcom. Okay, I guess that's fine.
So
But I just like the antiqueness of it.
That's fine. Yeah.
Or the
Like the way that looked.
that with Mortal Kombat, because I remember there's a pizza place that we live, Ambrose. I just remember it having the games there, like playing Mortal Kombat.
That was almost a guarantee. You go to like Lamppost, you go to like, there's always those games. And they used to be obviously bigger, like those rooms and stuff, because they were more popular in the 90s and everything. But
yeah, if you go to like a Shakey's now, like there's
nothing.
like
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
3 things in there.
Yeah, and it's like Cruising USA and,
Yeah.
and a fucking claw game that you'll never win.
And like that one where you like stop the thing spinning around the circles. That's
If you go to round 1, they still have a good amount of games in there. And that's what I like about round 1 is that they do have all that. It's like a boomers and all that shit. But they have a lot of claw games. So that's fine. You can compete in that stuff. You can waste your money. And obviously you're wasting it on the arcade games too. But at least you're having fun. Like it's not in the claw game, you immediately lose within a minute. But at least if I'm playing Marvel vs. Capcom or something like that, I got like 5 minutes out of that bitch doing ultra combo finish, and use all 3 of my characters. So then if you can ask me video games,
Iron Man, like 40 hit combo or something.
I mean, he can if he uses his ultimate, like with his fucking Omega cannon that comes up. Use him and shit. What was the gray Iron Man? Fuck, what was his name?
War Machine.
Thank you, War Machine. I think my brother played that a little bit with me, and he's not good at it. But I'm not the best in all shape, way, shape, or form. But I can at least combo up to like 10 or 12. What are your top 4 hardcore bands?
Hardcore bands?
Like, okay, so the type of music that's in Green Room. Scream.
Oh, like punk.
Yeah. Oh, I said hardcore. Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. Hardcore's fine.
Locust.
Locust. It's funny. They have a couple, like that guy, when they go to the guy's apartment, he has Dillinger Escape Plan. They're more like a metalcore band, but or mathcore. But he's wearing a Minor Threat shirt. Like that works for me.
What happened to you?
He says Chroma Eggs. That's fucking sick.
Were you into punk?
Yeah.
Misfits?
I think I appreciated it more, but it's hard to get into punk when you're like fucking bumping fucking Limp Bizkit and Korn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Korn is still quite good. Like they hold up somewhat. Like in listening to, I mean, obviously that was middle school.
Yeah.
But I still know their shit.
Fugazi,
Do you think they're punk? I
They're
love Fugazi.
They're more post-hardcore.
Waiting Room's probably their best album.
But
anyway, did we just get hard?
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I can't. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
There's an old friend that he said, so, you just said Fugazi, that he was like, I think it's pronounced Fugazi. I'm like, I think you're an idiot. And he, what happened to him? I don't know what he's doing now. Anyway,
He's dead.
When I saw that on the back of their van, I was like, hey, so I have a note of Fugazi. Also with rest in peace, Anton. But I as that band do you know if that was the guy singing too? Because they didn't sound that bad.
No, I did.
Like if that was his singing, like he doesn't sound bad at all. I think Anton did play guitar though, I believe. And did you ever see that
in real life? He's
Yeah.
playing bass in the movie though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, isn't that still technically guitar? Isn't it called bass guitar? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be,
Pedantic.
Yeah. Is that pedantic? Well, I thought that would. Okay. So, but there's another movie he was in with what's his name? And he played in a band with this guy's dad, and the dad is the one that did this. This was a couple years ago. I saw it last year.
The Rocker with Rainn Wilson.
No, God no. It was the same guy that was in. Did you see the Justice League?
No, I did not.
Okay.
The 4-hour one or either of them?
Either of them.
Yeah, I did.
Which I greatly. Oh, we should do Snyder's, dude. If we're doing it a Jurassic Park, we can't. But I really like Justice League. The Snyder.
I don't want to sit for fucking 4.5 hours.
It does not seem like it goes. It goes by quick. Truly, it does.
Okay.
I don't remember the guy's name, but basically, the dad's his son did a mass shooting at his college, and so the dad went on a spiral, and the dad found the son's music.
Okay, so I have a list. I'm sorry. The fucking Bad Brains. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Black Flag, of course. Minor Threat. I didn't love Black Flag, but I like Minor Threat and stuff. Fucking Converge. Fuck yeah.
I don't think I know Converge.
The Germs.
Okay.
Dead Kennedys. Super fun.
Dead Kennedys, yeah. DK.
Gorilla Biscuit. Super fun.
I don't know them.
Fucking Earth Crisis. That's a fucking band from back in the day. Super duper fun.
I could only.
The Minutemen.
I could only
Double Nickels
listen
on
to
the
so
Dime.
much.
You ever listen to that album?
I don't think so.
It's like
I can
Who's
only
fucking
listen to so
Husker
much
Du?
punk. If I listen to too much punk, I start to my head starts to hurt.
Yeah,
because it's just so hard.
that's with me with like metal.
Yeah,
like it's like a wall of like just distortion in your ears.
Even
and
me-
it's like noise fatigue you get.
leave
100%.
me with like drum and bass or like
Oh my god, Refused. Of course, I'm sorry.
like club hoppers kind of shit with like that do 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 do, just heavy bass stuff.
Yeah.
Like it fucks my ears up. That's so I have to put on some soft shit like
Oh my god, I fucking
Mary
love
J.
all those bands
Blige.
so much.
Mary J. Blige.
Descendants, Circle Jerks,
Oh, Circle Jerks, I know them.
Refused,
I don't know if I know Refuse.
Code Orange. That's fun.
Atreyu?
Trey, I call them more of like a metal,
Are they emo?
metalcore. No. Well, the singer saying they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
The Exploited.
Could you travel the way they did in the van? I could not do that.
Oh my god, Snapcase. I'm sorry, I have to stop looking at bands.
Thanks. Like, could you travel cross country like that? Sleeping in the van.
Yeah, it's funny. For work, we had an emergency, so we had to
hilarious.
monitor some stuff all night at a hospital, and I just had to sleep in the van all night.
That sucks, dick.
It was, I mean,
Well, how long ago was that?
I don't know, last Wednesday. So my paycheck this week's gonna be fun, but it's tough. It's cold. You're never quite comfortable. Maybe like in the back of a van, like on the carpet. Maybe that's fine there.
Like
but
your old VW?
But like, who was it? Tiger sleeping like in the front seat, just asleep in the seat. Like it's hard.
Could
to
not do that. Because even if the car stopped, it's not. You're right. It's not the most comfortable. And even when I fall asleep when someone's driving or something, you're not truly asleep really. And when you
can't rest. Like your legs aren't
yeah.
extended and stuff. Yeah.
But you've slept on a couple of stools.
That's my favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
can't.
very
You
proud
can
of
do
that.
it.
You know, I think you should be more proud is when you reverse your truck with me that one night and you
That was
barely
amazing.
got through with like a quarter of an inch on each side.
I don't know if that's the most awesome thing or that just means my life is sad because that's one of my greatest achievements.
You know what's worse about it is the photos that I took of it, you can't see it because your lights are so bright.
Oh no.
And so you can't see the gap in between.
I have one where there was like a shopping cart like next to the stall. I'm like, I can park right there. And I parked it and like I got out and I took a picture and it's literally like a quarter of an inch away from my car.
So what Mike and I are referencing is what I referenced was when I used to live with my father at this
Apartment complex.
yeah, and where Mike parked,
With
it
assigned
wasn't
parking.
It wasn't actually assigned parking there. It was.
Wait.
It was, but like
Okay.
nobody had that unit, and so it just
So
so
why was that
happened-
lady parked behind me?
If you let me finish, if it just so
getting-
happens,
I'm getting
the
angry.
lady that owns the unit though finally came by there. So she was the owner, but she was renting it, and nobody had rented it since my dad and I had lived there. And so Mike had parked there one night. And I don't know. He just came up. He'll come over on Friday nights or whatever, play games and shit. And when Mike went down to leave, there was not only a car parked. He was basically like boxed in. There's two cars outside, and we didn't know whose they were. And even that lady, like I don't know where the fuck she was, but so Mike had to reverse out, and each one of those cars, thankfully, parked almost exactly his truck width apart. And so he slowly but surely, and Mike drove manual at that time, and so he had this.
It was on a hill too.
Yeah, he slowly but surely had like eased his way back there, and he didn't even really adjust. He just went straight back. But I was on the back end, looking at that ass as he was backing it up, and I was like, you could do it. I think you could do it. You could do it. And he just get closer and closer and closer, and then again there had to be maybe a quarter of an inch on each side, and like we're like and I took pictures of it. Not the best because it was nighttime, so Mike's reverse lights and his brake lights were just glaring too much in the photos. But they do exist. I'm sure they can be photoshopped to see. So good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, guided by me, but it's cool. So I couldn't do that though. Traveling like that in a van, absolutely not. I need a fucking bed. Not to sound like a prima donna, but I have a bad back, so I gotta.
My static's acting up. So
Yeah,
I did used to have a Volkswagen bus, and it had like a cushy,
I knew you when you had it. Yeah,
yeah, it had the cushy back flooring. I
remember.
The
I've been
guy
back there.
Probably had like a. I think he was a surfer, so he like
It's
stayed back
just
there.
slaying bitches back
Yeah.
there.
So like when I was in the college, it had like the gap between two classes.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the 9:30 class ended at 10 or
Yeah.
11. There wasn't one till anyway. So I would just jump in the back and like take a nap between my two classes. So that worked out pretty good.
And then you got rid of it because didn't you keep having problems with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That first song they did, very bold.
Oh, Nazi punks.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Not to punk. Not to punk. Who sang that originally?
That's Dead Kennedys.
That's not it. Because she's wearing the DK shirt.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So they're driving across country because they're from DC. They get kind of, obviously they're a punk band, so they don't have any money. And they're supposed to play a gig and it gets canceled. So they only make like $6 on a replacement gig.
At like a small little restaurant. Yeah.
Looks like a pizza place with like families there.
Yeah.
So the guy's like, hey, I'm sorry, man. Let me see if I can get you guys another gig with my cousin. So the gig happens to be at like a holdout or a stronghold for fucking
Nazis.
right-wing Nazis.
Nazis, neo-Nazis. But it's $300. So, but the thing is, the guy that gets
So
in the gig
I think
doesn't
the set
know.
goes pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
right?
they seem fine. Like, here's your money. Like, after they did that one cover,
Yeah.
and then they did their songs, I imagine.
Like when he says it too, he's like, "Hey guys, that was a cover." Like beat a smart
At
ass.
the end, yeah. But they
So
didn't
in
sound
the
bad.
green room, they forget their phone.
Yeah, the Arrested Development, maybe Funke forgets her phone, so Anton's like, I'll get it for you, don't worry about it. And that's when he walks in.
and sees a dead body.
A woman was stabbed, her name's Amber, stabbed in the fucking temple, and so dead on the floor. He's like, oh shit. And so then poor man David Harbour walks in and is like, oh shit, and tries to stop him and does. They stop the whole band, and there's was that Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, okay, just stay here.
Yeah.
I actually,
club manager.
Yeah. I actually, for being a Nazi, he's all right.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like, you could tell that he doesn't want to go along with all this stuff. You could tell he doesn't like that these people are being murdered. And he actually, he fulfills his promise. Like, I'll get the police. He wants to go to jail. He gets the red laces in the end from Sir Patrick.
Although funny enough, I had the subtitles on. I don't normally, but it just happened.
I noticed that.
And the subtitles are wrong because it says, "I don't want to go to jail," but he says, "I want to go to jail." Right?
Yeah. Yeah, he says he wants to. Because, I mean, it's just a lot. You know, some of those murders, whether it's a dog mauling or getting stabbed in the back repeatedly.
What I don't understand is, so the murders happen because the headlining band, Cowcatcher, that's the guy who murdered the girl.
Correct.
But I don't understand why Gabe and Darcy and everybody is so loyal to them.
I don't even understand why they would stab that girl. Like, so I know she wanted to get out.
She was with,
She was
maybe
gonna-
she was with him, but she was secretly with Daniel, the other guy, and they were about to skip town together and leave the life together.
I knew they were going to skip.
So he knew about it and he killed her, I guess. That's what happens. That's as far as my understanding.
Imogen was just there because she's the friend.
Because she's the friend.
Yeah.
So that's as far as I understand. But I don't understand why Gabe and, I mean, I guess they don't want the police raiding their stuff, but they're
Heroin.
Oh, that's
all
what
that
it is.
heroin, yeah.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah.
Remember when they find it and they're like, that's what all this is about. It's just this heroin.
Okay. Well,
And then they give that
learn
guy.
something new every-
They give the guy from Cowcatcher the poisoned heroin. Because the one guy's dead when you see him with the needle in his arm. And the other guy's slowly dying he's eating his food and he's just like, freaking out. Not
Is he
freaking
freaking out?
Well, he's not freaking out, but he's like he's stuck. He's like comatose.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's like
oh,
comatose.
okay, I didn't know that.
So they gave him like the poisonous heroin because I think on even the baggie it had like
That's what it
a
is.
redness.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they're gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
But at least they got him out of the club. And how are they trying to stage it? Like the dogs attacked them or something? Like,
So they were trying to stage it as...
they're siphoning gas.
Yeah, so they're just trespassing on his property, siphoning gas from his car, and he, released the hounds on them. That's why they get killed.
Okay.
So that's why they use dogs, because they're fucking... Well, one, they're Nazis. Nazis love fucking security dogs.
Yeah.
German Shepherds, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, they like
Even though he used pit
chihuahuas.
bulls. But
Yeah, they love chihuahuas.
they love Shih Tzus. So that's their breed of choice.
No, they like the Shih Tzu. They like when they breeded the bulldog and the Shih Tzus.
Yeah.
So they get the bullshits.
So it's pretty brutal. So they
Mm-hmm.
need, to attack the people with dogs. So it looks like, oh,
No bullets.
They ran
no
into our
nothing.
trespass dogs.
Yeah.
Our guard dogs, sorry.
And I hate to say it because you know that I'm a big fan of bomber jackets, but there's a lot of bomber jackets.
They love their bomber jackets.
Excessively.
I mean, you're wearing Doc Martens and a bomber jacket right now.
I'm wearing Doc Martens. Oddly enough, red
A
laces.
lot of zippers on your pants, too.
Zippers, a lot of red
Shaved head.
laces. Yeah, shaved head. Actually, Anton looked good with a shaved head.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like him with hair because he kind of has a big forehead like I do. And that's why I've always kind of wanted to try to shave my forehead or my head, but I have that bump. So it makes me self-conscious.
What are you going to do?
Get that bump removed. I shaved
I
my
think
head.
you should be more worried about your face, but, here we are.
Face is okay. But a lot of bomber jackets. It's quite the role for Sir Patrick. I would have never
super
thought.
cool to see
I
him.
would have never thought him to take this independent movie.
Well, it's a good way to do villain, which is calm, cool, collected villain. And so it's extra creepy. Because even Anton himself says, like, you're much scarier in the dark, like just being calm and cool and collected.
Yeah.
Because, when he gets out, he just gets shot in like 5 seconds. So
Yeah. Which
you went that. You used the boogeyman at first. Now he's step
Yeah.
into the light now. It's easy.
there's a few things in this movie that I didn't remember the first time I saw it, like how graphic it was, how they cut up his arm. Like I did not remember it because you see his arm a couple of times before they duct tape it, but like I did not remember seeing it like that. And I was like, well, that basically cut off his fucking arm or his hand.
His hand's dangling like
Oh
it's
yeah, like
falling off.
tendon, all that shit's gone. But the other thing too is with Imogen.
Yeah, because
looking,
you see him with the guns later, and he's like using his arm.
Oh,
to
trying to
control it 'cause
trying to
his hand's useless.
Yeah, trying to chamber
the shotgun,
Yeah,
yeah.
chamber the shotgun. When Imogen's looking on the bottom of that door. Okay, even if that door, it's like there's that graded, you can still angle to look over on that side. There's no way that only because the door opened that she was able to see those more people standing there and stuff like that. Like you can look at those. You can.
You can, but
And she didn't see him. What else? Awful lot of bomber jackets. Great role for Sir Patrick. Because yeah, you just wouldn't anticipate. That means there's certain roles that Sir Patrick's taken, which is he was an American Dad. He was a voice in American Dad for the longest time. I think he might still be. Xavier, except for McAvoy, not McAvoy. I'm sorry.
Jade McAvoy.
Yeah. He's great, but it's kind of weird too to think everybody in this is, let's just say, American, and then he's Scottish, British.
Imogen's not. She's British.
Yeah, but she's playing an American. She doesn't have an accent in this.
Oh, gotcha.
But he has his accent, and
Does he have a British accent though?
sounds like he's like, we got to do it.
Hey, today. Hey, you get some Nazis coming in here.
We got to make it look like an accident.
Is it the bottom of the Titanic?
Yeah.
He's in steerage.
He's one of the people in like he's trying to fix it. We just got to fix it, Captain. It's like Star Trek 2. We just can't do it, Captain.
She's made of iron, sir. She will sink.
She'll sink mighty quick. Yes, she will. She's a thick bitch.
Get to the boat, Rose.
No, get to the chopper.
Hey, I was literally about to say, hey, our accents sound pretty good, and then you do that.
And then I do. Yes, I do. So the guitar play. I put the guitar player from Scott Pilgrim. That's what I know him from. And I was truly hoping. I knew he dies, but I was truly hoping maybe this time watching it, he gets a little further, and he gets buckshot like right to the fucking face. And
which reminded me of. Did you
Kill
ever
Bill?
see the Proposition with
McAvoy?
No, with Guy Pearce.
Oh, that really
That
gritty
Australian Western?
I've seen some of it.
Someone
Like the
gets
violence part.
hit with a rifle through the head too. Although I think his head like just fucking evaporates. Yeah. This one he just takes a shot in the face, but still graphic.
Well, I think
Luckily it's in the dark though.
Buckshot though would do that. It's not bullets, it's just like sand and stuff like that, so it'll fuck your shit. And obviously getting hit in the face, all right, you're gonna die. That's why I think later in the movie when they shoot him, like shot him in the chest, the guy was still kind of alive. Because like from a certain range, like you'd be okay. That's why in Kill Bill, she got shot almost point blank.
No, he shot her with rock salt.
Oh, you're right, huh? Not
buckshot
buckshot.
will
Yeah,
fuck
buckshot
you
will
up.
kill you. Yeah, buckshot will kill you. You would still think a shotgun though then would blow up your fucking face if you're like 4 feet away.
Oh, his face didn't look good.
But I
and he
mean, like,
died.
completely gone.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, he was definitely dead. Didn't recall the cut up arm. Oh, that's me saying, I remember that. And cheap set, one location.
I like how kind of smart everyone is, even under extraordinary
Stress.
circumstances. Maybe they're not smart, but they're at least clear-headed. The drummer is like, "We're fucked. We need to go now, or we're screwed. We're just gonna die here." Like he recognizes that pretty early. Amber recognizes it pretty early. She's like, "Oh, they're gonna kill us. We need to go.
Yeah.
You need to kill Big Jeremy, whatever.
Yeah.
We need to get the fuck out of
Well,
here."
he break his arm, put him in an arm bar.
Yeah.
Breaks his arm, and then he's trying to
Should I
choke
kill
him
him?
out.
She's like, "Do it." You're like, "Okay, take it easy, lady."
Trying to choke him out, and he wakes up, and then David Harbour is like, "Bleh." And so he starts to choke him out again, and then she just fillets him.
Greg Harbor.
Yeah, yeah. It's his cousin Greg.
That just reminded me because he's like a fat David Harbour. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, David Harbour's pretty
He's a thick boy.
thick boy. But then he gets buff in that last season of Stranger Things.
I wouldn't say he gets buff, but he
He
definitely
looked pretty fucking good.
he looked leaner. Yes, but
he had to be lean because he was in prison. But
and he was in Hellboy. That's why he also lost some of that weight.
Oh,
They
really?
used that to work that into it because he was going to be in Hellboy, so he had to get a little buff.
oh, okay.
He had to
Cool.
get a little more broad. And so he definitely lost weight. I think he's like 80 pounds,
No shit.
60, 80 pounds.
Hell yeah. That's why Winona wanted him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Winona's, I like Nona. I like her a lot, but she's fucking nuts. When they won that Screen Actors Guild Award that first year, they had Stranger Things, and he was giving that very motivational speech, and her just like, ooh, like the facial expression she was making, that bitch was high. For sure. She made me thinking of the good old days when she was shoplift.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I forget about that. Like Free Winona, and it was like a picture of her in that grocery store, not grocery store, in that whatever the fuck she was in Saks Fifth Avenue. Let's see, cheap set, yeah, only one location. Why did she walk up to him? Yeah, so when they're fighting over the shotgun, and she just slowly walks up, I was like, bitch, run there.
It's dramatic.
I understand that, Michael, but I'm saying, like, if I was in this situation and my friend, they're not friends, but
It's prey becoming the predator. That's what it is. Like, slowly from behind, blade comes out,
yeah, it loads gun, chambers.
I was saying, like, even given extraordinary circumstances, everyone's fairly calm and collected. I mean, other than, Anton.
Yeah. What else do I got here?
But because you can see the contrast for like him like fumbling to load the shotgun. I know his arm's fucked up too. But then her just calmly just like fucking double tap the side of the fucking neck.
If it was neck and then head. If they were smart, they probably would use like a drumstick or something to keep his arm, like just put like a stick right here on top so that way he can keep his arm straight. Yeah. So that way he's not fucking looking like District 9. The guy's like growing the fucking alien arm and shit. So this movie, what other notes do you have?
It was very pretty, very green. I know it's called Green Room, but just the filter just looked super green. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the cover of this movie, who the fuck is that on that cover?
It's not any of them.
That's not any of them. I was like, is this guy
Is
Asian?
his arm like taped in the back?
Either way. And nobody used the bat. And that guy's holding the bat.
I thought he was holding the machete.
Oh, I guess it could be. Yeah, you're right. It could be. But that didn't look like any of the
It's
characters.
essentially the same character from the Scott Pilgrim cover, but instead of a machete, it's a guitar.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe that's him and...
If you ever do a punk movie, you just need a guy on the front smashing something. I think it's all just reference to the London Calling.
From The
cover.
Clash?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just assuming.
Stop assuming. Never assume. Like,
Which is based on the Elvis album color. It's fine.
I do believe the ending of this movie wasn't the best with them sitting there. I did like the dog walk up to his owner, even though the dog was going to die because he put that shit in him. But
Yeah, what's that about?
well, they're going to kill the dog. I think the reason why he was going to do that, he's like, hey, look, this dog's already kind of spooked. This dog's like, I'm just going to do this. You got about an hour with him, max. And he's just going to die. So, like, you could do whatever you want with him. So that's why they're bringing him in to just kill. And then once the dog's done, it'll just
It's
die.
like one of those things where, like, if somebody kills a human, they're going to put the dog down.
Oh, that's
no matter
generally
what.
the case, too. Yeah. But at the same time, how would that all work? Whatever.
I don't know.
But that, I like but they tried to shoot the dog and neither don't have ammo. So the dog just
It's
went.
hard to shoot it. They run fast.
Oh, that too. Like when what's her name misses.
Yeah.
Which
Well, of course you're going to shoot over its head. Like it's coming lower than you think, and then, unless you aim low. Like
I did think about that. Like, would I be able to hit something running at me like that?
Not that fast.
I don't know. But also, I feel like I'd put up a little more of a fight. Like, so they're tall. They look taller than me, except for her.
attack Pitbull?
Yeah. They're very strong.
fuck
very
you
strong.
up, dude.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But I put my arm up first, something like that. Like, take my arm.
Yeah,
So that way,
that's
not
true.
my fucking throat.
Yeah,
I probably
that's
try to use my left hand first because that's not my dominant arm. And then, so if they're gnawing on my arm, sure, you're going to go right through it real quick. Like, shoot through the bone.
Do?
You got to go for the eyes.
The eyes.
Just like a shark. Go for the eyes.
The back legs. The genitals.
Testicles. Yeah. Genitals.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight one.
No. I don't want to fight anything with teeth like that. Like, even a fucking chihuahua.
I did have a pit bull walking around with me at work the other day. Not the other day, like a couple months ago, because I was in Compton.
Long Beach, Inglewood.
Yeah, where we're up to no good.
Yeah.
It wasn't aggressive though, but I was like walking in the back of like this abandoned building. I was like, what if it thinks I'm trespassing? Like it was not gonna go well. Like I'll wait till you leave and then I'll go about my business.
And then it just laid there waiting, watching.
Yeah, holding my machete. I love the slow mo during the song where everyone's just slam dancing. Like that looked pretty. The movie is pretty, violent as fuck, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest setting is just fun to see. You don't see it that often, other than
They weren't in Pacific Northwest, were they?
They were in like Oregon.
Oh, you're right.
Okay. Kind of like the Goonies.
They live forever.
But that's pretty much it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's a good movie, graphic, and very, very
They got a lot of bang for their buck.
Easy plot.
For $5 million.
Yeah, easy plot. It's just, hey, you witnessed this, you got to get the fuck out, and that's really it.
It's just it's funny when I remember hearing about the movie before it came out. It's like, oh, punk band versus neo-Nazis. I'm like, oh, okay. But so I thought it was going to be more warriors-y, like more back and forth. But this is more of a survival movie than a, fight movie.
Yeah.
They end up winning, but you know what I'm saying?
At what cost? Like all your friends,
Everyone's dead.
Now you're stuck with a Nazi girl, and I feel like she's probably trying to get out now. Now that they're all dead, she's like, well, "Fuck this! You killed my friend."
Well, she wasn't Amber. Amber was the one trying to leave with Daniel.
So the blonde, I thought she was part of the Nazi group too.
Yeah,
I thought Imogen was part of them too. So I'm saying,
no, she's I'm not a Nazi. She says it.
Oh, then why
She's friends with Amber.
So she knows all these people.
Yeah,
but she's not a Nazi.
People like in the scene, but in the periphery.
Okay, I'll allow it. I mean, I won't, because that means you're willingly choosing to hang out with these people, and that's not something that I would willingly do. But just like I try to avoid people that are like
Wearing
heavily Republican
MAGA hats.
Yeah, and that are like fucking.
If I ever saw someone wearing a MAGA hat sincerely, I would be like, "What is going on with your life?"
Yeah,
I mean, to go stand around Mar-a-Lago next week.
Curb did a good thing about them. Yeah. Anyhow, well, that was Green Room. I'd highly recommend it. And the next movie we're reviewing is called Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
So, Mike,
Similar movie.
it's very similar. Lots of Nazis in this.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a synopsis and who's in this movie as you're doing that, as you're finding your file.
Got it.
This is probably one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Ooh, okay.
This, Waterboy, and maybe Mr. Deeds.
Funny, I just watched Waterboy right after I watched this.
It's right there. Like
I don't know if it just came on or if it just auto played next
it's on.
to it.
It's on Hulu as well.
Okay.
But did you watch it on Hulu? Do you have Hulu? No commercials.
No, not rich.
If you have Disney Plus, which I believe you do.
Yes. No, actually.
Okay.
I
But
borrow
you have somebody's. Okay. If you get your VPN, then you set it to Canada, and then watch Disney Plus because it has all the Hulu stuff with no commercials.
Oh, Disney Plus. We're watching Mulan.
I spilled that myself.
You. You're so moved by my speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thinking.
Mulan.
From 1996, Happy Gilmore. I know you're saying something, but I stopped caring.
Okay.
A rejected hockey player puts his skills
With
with
a
a
Z.
Z. God, we're so alike. On the golf course to save his grandmother's house. Directed by Dennis Dugan, who directed like Zohan and Big Daddy and stuff.
That's tough. Zohan was so bad.
Is it? I never watched it.
Yeah, it was really bad. Not as bad as The Love Guru.
No, boy. Written by Tim Herlihy and someone else who gives a shit. And Adam Sandler. Okay, good. It's funny because these are all Adam Sandler movies, but I guess this isn't deep into his Happy Gilmore, like the production.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't seem like he gets a lot of the writing credits, even though I'm sure he has a lot to do with the whole process.
Oh, I think they do.
He
a lot
never
of
directs
Happy
the movie.
Madison.
Yeah.
They use production company and stuff.
That's what I'm saying though. But like even all those movies, like you never really see his name on the
Yeah.
the written or directed
Yeah.
credits. But Starring Adam Sandler, of course, as Happy Gilmore. Oh, that's his name.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin. Pew, pew. Julie
Shooter,
Bowen
baby.
as Virginia Vennett. It's funny, I just started watching Modern Family.
That show's silly.
Yeah. Frances Bay as his grandma. And of course, motherfucking Carl Weathers as Chubbs.
Put a couple meat now. You got a stew. You got yourself a stew. That's from Arrested Development, because he was in that for a little bit. So
I've seen this movie I don't know how many times.
yeah,
Once again, I probably didn't even have to rewatch it, but I did.
yeah,
Enjoyed it. It's funny. It's silly.
it's so good.
Super silly.
Not rated well.
Yeah, I was looking. It's only like 30%, so it's kind of rude, but it is what I understand. Which do you prefer more, Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison?
Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Now, if you're Waterboy, Happy Gilmore, I might prefer Waterboy more.
Really? Yeah. Waterboy's even sillier.
Yeah, I like silly.
Or you just like Kathy Bates and Henry Winkler more?
I do greatly like both those people. I mean,
And Famke.
we talked.
Farouza Bulk.
She's great. Oh, I was going to watch The Craft. We were talking about Barry earlier, and with having Henry
Man's
Winkler,
supposed to have stinky feet.
we were having those are sheets back there. It's fucking pissing.
You gotta wear 2 pair of socks.
Mama,
Mama, please.
you're embarrassing me. This movie though, I greatly like Happy Gilmore. It is silly. There's just those few moments where he's like, I'm just looking for the other half of this bottle. Like, like, and then how Shooter just randomly rhymes things. Maybe I may, get with the hay down by the bay. What do you say?
You go for a roll in the hay, maybe? What do you say? It might just may.
Just how they make Shooter look, he's just such a fucking piece of shit. And Chris McDonald does it so good.
So good.
So good. And he recently accepted an award for I don't remember her name, but she was the mom in the Oblongs, the cartoon. She's in the Cheaters or whatever it is. It's on Showtime, whatever. But she won an award and he accepted it for her because he's in the show and he's friends with her. But he still looks great too for his age. He still looks like Shooter.
He's all gray.
A little bit, yeah. But he still has those baby blues and everything.
Yeah.
He has some blue eyes.
He seems tall.
Yeah,
He's tall?
I say he's like 6 foot at least. Yeah. So anyway, coach. Oh, so when he's trying out for that hockey team, is that just like an adult league hockey team? Like, I have no idea what that is because it's definitely not anything pro. But they're so shitty to him. Oh, we didn't call your name? Better luck next year. Like, to be that kind of person, that's fucked. Like, someone's out there just trying, and he's been there 10 years, trying, or let's just say 10 seasons, whatever. That's a lot. And to try to commit to that. And obviously he hasn't gotten any better at skating or anything like that. But still, the girlfriend takes his hockey bag. Like, she's leaving him. She has his big ass long hockey bag.
I love him at the intercom.
Yeah, so I wrote. So this microphone bit is the single best part of this whole movie. Because it's like the first time you go back, she's gone. The kids are just like,
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean that.
Yeah. He's like licking it. But then you cut back again. You got the biker guy in the background and the woman, the woman.
And the little kid.
Yeah, and the kid's still there. It's just super fucking silly. And I laugh at that every
The beginning reminded me of Stripes.
With the old-timey footage?
No, just slob dude and girlfriend leaving him.
Oh, okay, yeah. Stripes, I did not like that movie in the slightest.
I know, you told me already.
It was so bad. Unnecessary titties. Let's see here. Even if dude did the last few steps, that had to hurt. Oh, when he threw him out the door and he fell down the stairs?
Yeah.
Even if that wasn't him for the initial stairs, but those last few were, that would still hurt. Because those weren't like rubber stairs. And he hates me. Ben Stiller is uncredited in this movie.
Is he?
He did this for free. Do you think that mustache was real?
No.
It looks too good. Not that I didn't say he couldn't. It wasn't his in Dodgeball either. But
so Ben Stiller plays the abusive retirement home manager.
Yeah, so just say the story.
Nurse.
So Adam Sandler's dad is killed at a hockey game. He's hit with a stray puck and dies. So he has to go live with his grandma, who's the most amazing woman to him. And he grows up with kind of anger issues. And the mom's home is being repossessed by the bank because she has not paid her taxes in X amount of years, and she owes over $200,000. So Happy, being the loving grandchild and wants to keep her house, he starts to golf.
Or starts to hustle just his long ball.
Yeah, the amazing guy hit ball, whatever he just to make some ends meet, and he wins a local golf tournament to be inside the whatever tournament it is, and Carl.
Well, if he wins the tournament, he gets to go on tour.
There we go, and he won it just by a single stroke, and so he is going to tour, and he's slowly but surely getting $1,000 each time, even though he's losing each game or each tournament. He's still getting something, and slowly but surely the money keeps building up, and you can see that he's getting slightly better each time as well. So with the practice he's learning, so he has to put his mom in a home, or his grandma in a retirement home though, and in that retirement home is Ben Stiller, who is this just a-hole. What'd you call him? Like an attendant, or that he uses them for forced labor, like sewing quilts, and it's great. That's probably what they're all like. So anytime
Give a nice tall glass of shut the hell up.
yeah. Oh, your hands hurt? Well, you just got a week of lawn duty. When he's like, well, you talk to me for a minute. Oh, hey, Mr. Gilmore. Hey. He tries to give him $1, like to take care of his grandma, just a single buck. Let's see. Will said it great. Oh, so Will Sasso in this movie, barely in it. Many years ago, he blocked me on Twitter because I think I kept tweeting him, asking him to do like Steven Seagal impersonations or something. Like, hey, post more Steven Seagal, because I greatly like that at Mad TV, and he blocked me. I was like tweeting him like twice a week, like, please post this, because I couldn't at that time. There wasn't a lot of clips.
Too busy just vomiting up lemons.
Yeah. What did you, Kenny Rogers too? Hey, okay, Rogers.
Kenny Rogers was his jackass.
that perfectly thrown bat, like right to his face. He did such a good Steven Seagal's such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like listening to the stories that people would talk about him, like Bob Odenkirk, Sinise, Alina, Gary Sinise worked with him, but like he hosted SNL, which is so bizarre to think about, right? And not that action stars and stuff like that can't host SNL, because The Rock does perfectly fine. But there's a thing that Odenkirk said that, and I greatly like Odenkirk too. I mean, we reviewed Nobody. I love the guy. So he had a story where they're pitching a bit to Seagal, and he was like, I got a bit, and they're like, okay, what's up? And it was like, okay, so this girl, one of the cast members, is my wife, and I'm a therapist. Or no, sorry, she comes in. She's my client. I'm a therapist, and I hypnotize her and have sex with her, and then I just tell her to keep coming back every week. And they were like, "What? Like that's what is this?" And he was like, "It'll be funny." And they're like, "Dad, we don't think that's funny, Steven." And he was like, "You guys never like any of my jokes. Like you don't like any of my bits." And now he's banned, of course, on SNL. Of course. But I like touching this quilt because you can do this way and it gets like that rough texture.
Blanket, but all right.
Okay. What did I say? Quilt?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't matter. What was your favorite part about Happy Gilmore?
I believe
The dream sequences and Happy
dream sequences.
Time?
The little guy on the bike.
Yeah.
The Bob Barker fight, super funny.
I'm sure you got a lot of that stuff on Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah.
Price is Right. Oh, sorry. No, I know, because he says
Yeah. I got you. I know jokes. No, probably that first tournament where he's just cussing out the ball.
That part is so good. Like he calls the guy a pussy and all that shit. He's like pussy. Like it just barely like bleeps out.
But also like her, Julie, like in the office trying to talk to the manager. He's like, I can take care of him. It's fine. He's just still cussing in the background on the TV.
Yeah. Did you know for the first few Adam Sandler movies, all the female leads had double letters? So there's Veronica.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was always the double letters, even in Waterboy. Vicky Valancourt.
I said Valentine.
You did. It makes me think of Jill Valentine from Resident Evil. So, which I like. They don't do that anymore, but that's disheartening. But I miss how old cash used to look. Yeah, when he holds up those $20 bills, when he gives them the 40, you could see like the way it looks. I love the way those used to look. Even the $2 bill. I have a few $2 bills that have the declaration, like they're signing a declaration on the back. It looks fucking tight. Let's see. Carl Weathers. This man. Like I recently watched Rocky 4.
I just watched Rocky 3. Yeah.
Oh God. Adrian's Revenge. But he is so good. And Arrested Development, he's super silly too. Like
the hand looks ridiculous.
Oh my fucking God. That's my next note. Is like You can
Like
clearly
it's like
tell
super long too because
it's
he's just
longer.
holding a stick with his hand underneath.
Not only longer, but like it's just so poorly done.
Yeah.
That's the fun of it, right? And progressively,
Oh, that might be my favorite joke. And like
the run-on joke.
no, where the hand gets thrown in the middle of the
made
street,
of wood, real strong,
spread over.
It's real strong.
Just super glue the fingers back on.
I like that better. I like the run-on joke of that. Like, so he super glues it back, and then he goes to shake his hand and breaks the fingers off, and he gives them back to him. And then like later, it's just a run-on joke of the broken hands, and I took his eyeball. I took my hand, but I took his damn eyeball. So Carl Weathers relives his character in Little Nicky. If you never saw Little Ricky or Little Nicky,
I did. I don't remember that part though.
Reese Witherspoon's his mom. She's an angel, and the dad is, I think it's Harvey Keitel. And when he goes to heaven, because he dies for a little bit, Carl Weathers is up there, and she's like, he was some kind of golf legend or something like that. They don't actually call him Chubbs. They don't say that because I don't think they had the rights to it, but he portrayed the same character.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, super silly. I like how campy the hand looks. It's great. Random batting cages. Like, why would that ever be at a golf course? A single batting cage. Rest in peace, Burt Reynolds. Let's see.
Burt Reynolds is in it?
No, but he's like, oh, I wonder who's in that. Must be Burt Reynolds or something.
Oh.
When it's Chris McDonald. Let's see here. Chris McDonald's great. When it's all on the hips, he's like, get off of me. There seemed like a few bits where there was some smiling. Where, I mean, obviously it's a comedy, but what other things do you like about this movie?
Well, I just had a question actually. Maybe it was just too early before that time rose, like with the R-rated comedies, because Sandler and them like really went the PG-13 route. Mm-hmm. I wonder, because like Sandler's like the stand-up special was not PG-13, like it's full raunch,
Yeah,
or at least language-wise. I wonder if these movies would have been different if they would have went like the full R. I guess there just wasn't much of an appetite for those R-rated comedies back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
That didn't come around till like 40-Year-Old Virgin and the Judd Apatow crowd. I just wonder if this would have been, I don't know if it would have been better, but it would have been a different experience.
Oh, for sure. Fun. I don't think even in a bad way either.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, just a little bit of profanity and something like that. Like, fuck you, like that kind of stuff. And I think it'd be okay, but like no gratuitous nudity. I don't think that would be necessary, or obviously any violence. But like just for language,
it's already pretty violent. But yeah,
a little bit occasionally. Wouldn't say like violent though, right? Like, what's the most violent thing in Happy Gilmore?
The fist fight with Bob Barker.
Yeah, I guess, but that's still silly.
Yeah.
Let's see. Get off of me. He drove to Portland. That's what I was curious about, because the first tournament was in Portland. And I was like, well, where does this actually take place? And he drove his old Buick or whatever that is. That's Pontiac.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Let's see here. Chubbs had a plate full of fruit, which is very random. His plate was like a mound of fruit. Sprinklers would cause me. Oh, if Shooter did something like that to me, like, hey, on the 9 o'clock, meet me at the 18 hole.
Yeah,
I would see red. I would want to murder like him. But luckily, Veronica stopped. She's randomly on the golf course, like walking through it. Jaws was in this movie.
Yeah, in a dress.
Yeah,
going to
heels.
Cotillion or something.
Yeah, Jaws was in this from the 007 movies. You can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot.
I believe that's Mr. Gilmore's.
Yeah, that's not true. About an hour ago, Mr. Gilmore did this, and you can count or whatever. Looking for the other half of the bottle is silly. Do you always carry a puck around? Yeah. Like just, let's see. That leg sweep looked.
Oh, that's funny too. Where they're riding, or they're making out in the ice.
Yeah.
And the
guy
Zamboni
singing.
guy singing by Endless Low.
Endless love. And then he lowers his head like he's thinking about somebody. Let's see. The leg sweep that Bob Barker did to him, there's definitely a stunt double, but that looked like that would fucking hurt. Like, because he throws the guy down. Yeah, like he buckled back. Like, can you do that in UFC?
You could do anything other than eye gouge and fish hook.
What if my knee's on the ground? You can't knee me, right?
To where? To
Head.
the head, you can't.
So you can knee my body if I'm down.
Yeah. Kick it. Knee it.
Kick. So okay, I'm on the ground, right? And you just start kneeing my ribs.
It's a lot.
That's rough.
There's a fight finish like that. Literally only one, but George St. Pierre and Matt Serra in the rematch.
But his GSP hit him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I
Like,
see,
he's like just turtle over and he's just fucking like, like full on knees to the body. He's going, and then they end it.
when I see the knockouts, they're not knockouts. I'm sorry. When I watch boxing highlights and stuff like that, and they punch so hard in the the midsection, and they're like, ooh, and they just cower down, like
Liver shots.
oh yeah, like
It
that-
shuts you down.
That's more rewarding to me than a knockout. Even though a knockout is highlight worthy, because then it's like, and they just dead weight fall onto the ground, they hit their head or whatever. But like those kidney
Body shot
shots,
knocks out, yeah.
yeah, they cower down, and even the UFC, they'll kick them there, like, "Ooh," and they're just down. There was a fight that happened somewhat. Go ahead.
No, good.
Somewhat recently where the dude got knocked out. Clearly, he's unconscious. And the other guy came up to him and like hit him like twice. And they asked him afterwards, like, "Hey man, why'd you hit him?" And he's like, "That's my job." And he's like, "Yeah, but like clearly he's knocked out." And it's like, "Yeah, but the ref didn't call it. So how do I know that he's not going to wake up and like do whatever?" And they're like, "Yeah, but like as a fighter." He's like, "I understand, but he wasn't knocked.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't stop till the ref stops me.
Right. But then some of those people take that a little far, right? Like they're clearly trying to hurt somebody. But
Oh yeah, there's legendary like asshole guys like
yeah,
Jeremy Stevens or something like that.
I don't know that name. But is he still fighting
He's an
currently?
asshole. Not in the UFC, but yeah.
Okay. So would you rather get knocked out cold or hit in the liver?
Oh my god, knocked out cold.
'Cause you get pissed blood for like a week.
Yeah, but it's just the one time, right? You can do one day's worth of brain trauma. That's fine. It's not
I don't know.
It's not multiple concussions.
Sure. I don't see. It's the thing. I would never put myself in that situation. Of course, like getting in a fight, there's no need. But getting knocked out,
Spoken
right?
like a true wussy.
Yeah, getting knocked out and knowing that you're going to potentially fall back and just whip your head down.
That's
and stuff.
that's the worry. That's the
Right,
concern.
right.
Especially street fights. People like just knocking this guy out in concrete, just letting the back of his head hit the ground. And just,
Yeah.
What, you just want to go to fucking prison for the rest of your life for manslaughter? Come on.
Or that the guy's a vegetable. He can never
Yes.
he can never do anything for the rest of his life because of that. Like, is it worth it? To get in a fight and do all that shit. So I'd rather get hit in the kidney or liver or whatever, and just be like, ooh, and just not be able to walk right for like a week or whatever because it's just or not be able to get up. I can't use my abs or something because
Right.
it hurts so bad.
Piss out your butt.
Oh, would you too? Would it come out the butt? I thought it would just pee it. Oh, that'd be fun though. Not fun, but like that would be unsightly. Have blood like when you wipe your butt.
Right.
Like, ooh. Let's see here.
Oh.
The Gene Simmons tongue in his mouth. Like
That's stupid.
Again, I've seen this movie so many times. I know everything about it. But that part, I was like, dang, he like took that whole tongue in there. That's pretty far back there, Chris. That's impressive. When he's talking to Chubbs and he's like, "You're smart, I'm stupid," and then when he finally says, "You're good looking, I'm ugly," and he stops him there, he's like, "Okay, as long as you're willing to admit that." Like, I don't know if he was trying to say just that one thing or all of it, but either way, I'm hoping it was that one thing. Okay, as long as you're willing to admit that, you're fine. That's super frustrated. Oh, so when after Chris McDonald, they're hitting the beach ball around, and he's like, "You people!" and he pops the ball, and when he sinks that putt, like that super aggressive like little gun thing that he does because he's a shooter, and then lastly, Happy Gilmore is crazy.
Yes.
He's seeing people up in the sky. He's nuts. Like he's a toxic boyfriend for sure.
And he's like the water boy at that point.
Yeah.
Just seeing people. Yeah.
Yeah. Like imagining things. Like you got to visualize an attack.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
No. Take it back.
No,
Gatorade. H2O. If we get to W and we haven't done, like I'm perfectly fine watching Waterboy. It's great. I was thinking for W's or no for L if La La Land is available, we could do La La Land, but that ending is so good.
Yeah,
like it's I don't know. It's a perfect ending to that movie.
I mean, it fucking makes more sense than what it's fucking based on. So that's just me.
What is it based on?
Well, they have this. Oh my god, now I forget what it's called. But the sequence in Singing in the Rain that Gene Kelly does, like, oh, I have this idea for this this modern sequence in the movie that they're doing, even though it's set in like whatever times.
Yeah.
But it's American Rhapsody. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. But it's like completely not related to the movie at all. It's just him. It's just an excuse for him to spend like $3 million and do like an entire like dance scene just on his own, but has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah.
But it's all colorful and all that shit like that. So La La Land ends, and they have like that dream sequence, like concurrent dream sequence together, and they're just dancing throughout the world and all those. That's what that scene is based on.
Oh, good for Damien.
Yeah.
What about if we do Last Man?
Last Man. Oh, the
Damien Chazelle.
yeah, Chazelle. The Neil Armstrong one.
Yeah, the fucking all the medium close-ups, like the whole time. Like that's just medium.
I thought there were super close-ups the whole time.
There's plenty of those too, but they're all prime lens shots, but they're all just tight. I don't think they're super close-ups. I would just say they're close-ups. I think you had told me this, that was probably the way he was trying to do it, because like they're in the shuttle, which is very tiny and compact as is. So he just did all those tight shots. But like that was just everything. It was just close up or medium close up, everything. It's like fuck. Like it's just excessive. But you know, if you're going for a look,
Broadway Melody. That's what I was thinking of.
duh.
So the entire, it's like a 13-minute sequence in the middle of this movie. Like this doesn't have anything to do with anything about this movie.
Yeah.
But he just does it because he can dance and it's like a whole little opera on its own, or dance. And then, but if you see that first and then you watch the end of La La Land, like, oh, okay, it's exactly like super bright colors, super crazy. Yeah. So.
Did John
Wick?
No. The piano player. John, he was the jazz band guy too. It was Ryan Gosling. John Legend. Did he help produce this too, or something like that?
Not really. No.
Okay.
He wrote that song.
Okay.
Start a fire, we can make it up.
I've listened to the soundtrack a couple times, just independently on my own. No.
Are you me?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
So, but
we have it on vinyl right here. If you want to.
Do you
listen
really?
To it. Yeah.
I've actually never heard your system.
Okay.
I do like these stands, but those speakers seem small for the stands. Do you need me to buy you bigger speakers? Or I'll buy one speaker. You can buy the other.
I actually do. Well, only because like I had I used them as tabletop speakers, but they said they don't recommend putting the speakers on the same table as your table.
Yeah.
So I just had to buy stands, and those are the ones that they match. They're the same brand.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying they look.
Yeah, if I had speakers that were that full size, like tall speakers,
those could work for your TV, right?
That would be better.
Just put them on like a thingy, like a.
Yeah, but I already have a soundbar though.
Well, that's one. I mean, you can make it like a 3.1.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Or do you have a sub?
I do not know.
Okay. Costco. I think I told you Costco sells those like Kill Trick Click something with a K. They're fucking good. The ones I use on my computer, like they were.
Those are good.
Yeah, those are fucking phenomenal. And I'll barely turn that shit up halfway. That I'm just like, fuck. Like you can. I need to find that. But like those are good. Click. I don't remember their name, but you know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, so now what we got to do is ultimately decide the next movies we're doing, which are I and J.
Wait, so Happy Gilmore, super funny, super silly, pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb.
If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. 31% can lick my knob. Like,
but that wasn't. Was that users?
Or it's just Metacritic.
Oh.
The critics.
What is it? You can glob on my knob.
Bob my knob.
Okay, yeah, but I greatly enjoy Happy Gilmore. I do like Waterboy better, but Happy Gilmore is definitely a comfort movie for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably say my number one Adam is probably Wedding Singer. Pretty hands down.
I get that. I mean,
pretty hands down.
Because you like music a lot, and there's a lot of that present. He's also a singer in that too, and it is super silly. I think maybe it's the sports aspect that I like too, or maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is, but happy.
Because you're so manly.
Mm-hmm. I'm so manly. You know what's weird is I do have that. I kind of come off a little like. Because I have a cross bag, like maybe I'm not like the most manliest of dudes.
Metro kind of.
Yeah. But like, I'm actually quite useful with a lot of stuff. Like I know woodworking things. I like remember in years past, like we would build stuff, and
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like I
not well, but yes.
But I could do it.
Yeah.
And I know how to. I mean, woodshop definitely carved my life. No, that was a really bad way to say that. Woodshop definitely helped me with understanding it. And I took auto in high school. Like I can take apart an engine. I can put it back together. I can do some pistons and some stuff and some spocks and the plugs and stuff. Which reminds me, I think I want to get new spark plugs for my car. I want to get like performance spark plugs. But anyway, so the next movies that we're going to watch, we will have to announce at every time because finding an iMovie is pretty difficult considering that
We're watching TBD and TBD2.
TBD2. TBD harder.
Yeah.
So we'll announce those when I post
TBA
this.
and TBD.
Yeah, when I post this episode, it'll be in the text of what our I movie is going to be and our J movie, which as of right now, I think we're going to do Jurassic Park, and that would probably be on HBO Max, I believe. So thank you everybody for listening, and you can you can recommend movies for us if you email us at specrapular@gmail.com. You can also no, that's about it. Yeah, email us and make those suggestions. So thank you for listening. And Mike, you look tired as fuck, but why don't you take us away?
We just did that song, so let's and we're watching lots of movies and we're having a good time. Oh, that's not the right melody. Okay. You listen to Specrapular, watching Happy Gilmore, then we're watching Green Room, and it's really good. That's all I got.
Why did you say the H first? I think.
Shut up, that's why.
Okay.